guys, it's Ryan here and welcome to episode 16 of the F1 2012 Career Mode series. We're at the Budda International Circuit in India, and as you can tell it's raining. Not a monsoon though, which is very surprising because we're in India, but we are using the intermediate and we are on pole position yet again. For the second race in a row we get pole position, and this one was a comprehensive pole as we took it by 1.3 seconds. So on the screen will be a race setup. Made a bit of an adjustment with the wings because it's wet, so we've gone for this. If you miss any of the setup, guys, it'll be in the description below with a time frame, and you can use it, guys, for your online needs or your own career mode series. So make sure you check it out and hope the setup works out for you. So it's standings wise, we are equal with Lewis Hamilton on points for the lead. Theoretically, it's going to be me and Hamilton fighting for the championship this season, so it's going to be interesting to see how this race will pan out. Could this race determine who will win the championship? We have to wait and see. As we leave the garage, wet conditions for India. No rain is going to stop, so it's going to be a full wet race here with 100% chance of rain, so it will rain for the whole race. Hamilton in 6th place, so that's really good for us. So we have to win to build a big lead in our championship. So we're onto the grid. Webber is in 2nd, Alonso's 3rd. The lights are on as we're going to be starting episode 16 of the Career Mode series. We are away straight up to Fast Rich Mode 3 there, and we have to be very careful here. It is wet, soggy, and we are not good in the wet as we saw in Barcelona. We still took the win there, and I'm not very confident on these intermediates during some practice for my league racing in the wet for a few months ago. So it's the first time I've been racing in intermediate conditions for a long time. So I'm into the unknown. So we're coming down the main straight. We're building a gap to Mark Webber straight away, as we're going to be trying to build a big gap. So if we make any mistakes, we will keep the lead. India is a very interesting track. It's technical, especially for this set of corners coming up now. And this is probably the hardest sector in Formula 1 in my opinion. You get a double right left here. You brake into a right, straight into a right-hander, and then into a right-left chicane as well. Very fast and flowing, and then you come into this long right-hander where it's like a mini stadium section. You've got crowds there gathering to cheer the forcing your team on, as this is home territory. So we have to do very well to please the Indian crowd. As we went a bit wide there, as you can tell, conditions are treacherous for us. Questions are surrounding if it's going to get wetter. And as you can tell, the track is getting a lot of puddles, so do we pit for wets during this race, or do we stay on inters? We do not know. We have to wait and see how the conditions are later on in the race as we're going to come around the final corner. Now, the gap is about the same, it looks like, so we can use the rest of our curves to start lap number 2. And what's the gap? It's 7/10 of a second. Alonso's 1.5 and Hamilton's 6th place, so that's really good for us, as we can extend our lead in the Drivers' Championship, as we will be going to the final 3 races of the season, with Abu Dhabi, America and obviously Brazil remaining in the series, as we're going to come out of the hairpin now onto the long straight. But we're going to be now going on to lap number 3, and as you can tell, it is getting wetter. Still drizzle, still a bit of drizzle in the air, but love this wet effects here on Codemasters with the camera. It's very good to see. It's like an experience that you are in the helmet. But as you can tell, we're 6/10 up on our best time. We're purple, and the gap to Webber is nearly 2 seconds, so we have pulled a big lead on this lap, as we're really confident in the wet now. As we're going to come out the final corner, maybe the team spirit of the crowd are cheering us on to give us a bit more confidence, as we set a 38.846, as we pulled 3/10 on Webber in that last sector. But we get the fastest lap. A very long time since we got a fastest lap in a race since Japan. But we don't get an overall fastest lap though. We've never had one this season, so it would be nice to get one in this race. As you can tell, rears are the key here. You do not want to ruin the rears with degradation around here, as we will probably have to make a pit stop. Onto that 5, and you can tell we're purple yet again, but Webber's catching, as we probably made a mistake. But are we going to get another fast lap here? The only issue we're going to have though is the fuel, as we did have it on cautious, but we had it on rich now for 5 laps. so we have to be very careful, but if we do a bit of short shifting, we'll be fine with that. As we're going to cross the finish line, and we get another fastest lap, a 38.5, as we're on to lap 6. The gap now is 1.6 seconds to Webber. Hamilton's still in 6th place, so we're going to take 17 points away from Hamilton at this stage, which is very good for us, with 3 races to go. After this one, of course, because we've got this race to finish. But as it stands, we'll be 17 points clear at the top of the standings if it stays as it is. As we're going to come down now this nice little straight here. No DRS as well because of the wet conditions. As we go a bit wide, brake a bit, and we're going to lose the lead here to Webber. It looks like we have. And we're going to counter-attack with our Kers in the slipstream of Webber now. Look at that, 2 seconds we lost there. Brake a bit late, go around the outside of Webber to take back the lead. As it looks like Alonso is going to make a move around the outside as well, but he doesn't make it stick, and Webber stays in 2nd place. As looks like we're struggling a bit, trying to get rid of those marbles that we had from that mistake at the hairpin section now. As you can tell, we're trying to be a bit aggressive now. The rears just want to slide and we want to spin the car. We're making a lot of mistakes now. This is not good. Look at that, 3.6 we've lost on this lap, and Webber is now only 3/10 second behind. Oh, we are really struggling. We just need to be a bit less cocky coming out of the corners, and we lost it on the curb. And Webber's side by side with us as we're going to brake a bit early into the hairpin final corner. We're going to be very careful not to ruin these rears if we don't want to make a pit stop. As look at that, we've got like 6 cars now, all fighting for the win, as Hamilton's still in 6th, so we're still got the advantage. As we beat Hamilton, we will be leading regardless of what happens. As we're really struggling as we get to half distance of this Indian Grand Prix. We need to be very careful, we don't want to hit that cone. We will spin it, as I've had it previously in the league race around here. Luckily our saving grace is, as I said, we've got no DRS in this race with the wet conditions, but the Red Bull is superior, faster than the Force India in a straight line with its good acceleration. We've just gone for top speed and not acceleration, as once again we make a mistake and Webber takes back the lead again. This is round 2 of the Ryan-Webber battle, and we're going to try and go around the outside again, but Webber's got more confident and he's not letting us through, and that's good driving there from Webber, and good driving for us to be aware that Webber's still got that inside line, and it's good clean driving from the pair of us, as it's really now a 2-horse race, as Alonso is really pulling back. He's going backwards as we're still trying to be confident through this middle sector, as this is where the AI are quicker than us, and it looks like we are, because we took a bit of time out of Webber and more on Alonso. 3 temps on took away from Webber and 3 temps off on Alonso. As we're coming now towards the final corner, we get a very good exit into the slipstream. We're going to try and brake a bit late, go around the outside of Webber, side by side, bit of contact there. Webber loses the back end and we take back the lead, as Webber had lost a bit of traction coming out that final corner, as we take back the lead. And Alonso's caught, he's only 2 temps behind now. And the gap now between the top 6 is 2 seconds between the top 6 drivers, so any one of the top 6 can win this. Go a bit wide there, bit of marble as well, lock the tyres, and we're off into the gravel as Webber is in the driving seat and Alonso's going to get past. Vettel's got past, looks like Grosjean's going to get past, our championship rival Hamilton's going to get past as well. This is not good for us. We have to use our Kers, as we're going to try and get a bit of slipstream from Alonso and Grosjean, double slipstream. As Grosjean and Hamilton break early, we take 2 places back to 4th. And we're going to take the inside of Alonso as well, we do. Get a very good exit, luckily not to hit Alonso, as we take back 3rd position, but Vettel and Webber are in front. It's a Red Bull 1-2. But we're going to go on to lap number 9. Alonso, the gap between us and Alonso is building. We're catching up to Vettel, as it's 8 tenths of a second. 1.7 now the gap is between us and Alonso. We've got 6 laps remaining of this Indian Grand Prix. It's getting lighter, the rain, but it's not going to stop, and we won't need to pit for dry tyres, it looks like. As we're going to try and go around the outside of Vettel again. As we go a bit wide, We're side by side now with Vettel down the main straight. We're going to use a bit of our curves. Still side by side. We've pipped him into the lead, into second place, as Vettel breaks early for turn 1. We're just going to take it nice and smoothly now. We've got plus 2 laps as well, so we're going to take a gamble with fuel and just burn this fuel now. Try and catch up to Webber. We block the tyres and we get a bit of marble again. Not good, as we're going to be approaching the hairpin where we've been really struggling in this race with locking up. So we need to clean these tyres as quickly as possible down this main straight. It's very long. We have a bit of time. Looks like the front right's fine, but the front left doesn't. So we're going to brake a bit early. Bit easy with the braking there. And it was a clean entry and exit there. Good driving there from myself. As we're going to pull away from Vettel. So on to the last 3 laps of the Indian Grand Prix. We are really giving it the full beans now, we are. As we set our fastest lap of 38.2. The gap is 2.7 with 3 laps to go. We need to pull a second lap on Webber to stand any chance of taking the victory. But the good news is Hamilton's lost out to someone as he's now in 7th place. So we are going to really benefit this regardless of what happens. We hit a bit of the cone, but we're lucky there to not lose it and spin as we're coming down this main straight, this long straight again. Use our curves, and looks like we're not going to be battling with Vettel as the gap has extended. So really, it's a 2-horse race for the win. The question is though, can we catch up to Webber and give him a fight to the end, or has Webber got the upper hand on us? 3 tenths down on the fastest lap we set previously. The gap is still the same as 2.7, so we need to do a very good middle sector there, as we're really struggling now with our tyres. As we saw there, we went a bit off-road and cut a bit of the corner there, so I do apologise for that. As we're going to be coming round this long right-hander, this corner is where we are confident the most. Going to keep it in 3rd gear. The EA have to drop it to 2nd, and we lost 2 tenths on that lap, but we took 2 tenths out of Vettel as well. This is very good from us. We're still in the hunt for the win. Coming towards the final corner. It's very, very gloomy out there. But we've got optimal on our screens. This is not good. We're trying to catch up to Webber, but we've got to worry about fuel. As we're 2.4 now with 2 laps remaining of the Indian Grand Prix. Vettel's 3 seconds, so we don't need to bother with him. Grosjean's done pretty well, considering he started in 10th place, I think, and he's up to 4th place, so that's really good for him. And he's had no contact with anyone this season, as you can tell. This is very surprising. 2 retirements as well. Don't know what happened to those 2 retirements. Might have had a spin or engine failure. But we are taking a massive gamble with fuel. We're on optimal, and we are going to be fighting till the bitter end here at the Budda circuit. Put it into standard, save a bit of fuel, especially in this middle sector. And it looks like we're slowly gaining on Webber on this lap. Are we going to have a run for the money? Look at that, 7 tenths up, and we've gone purple. And we took about, I think it was 9 tenths out of Webber in that 1st sector. We are really pushing now. We don't bother about fuel. We just want to take this victory. We want 2 in a row. Well, not 2 in a row because we kind of lost in Korea, but 2 in 3 races. That's what I mean, guys. That's what I mean. So we are really giving everything we've got now. Very exciting now. As we took 8 tenths out of Vettel. Not Vettel, what am I on about? Webber. The gap is under a second. We're 1.2 up on our best time. This is really going to be exciting now. We're not going to bother about fuel. Vettel's 4 seconds behind. We don't need to bother with him. This is going to be exciting. We're on to the final lap of the Indian Grand Prix. Webber's got the advantage though. We set a 37.6. Where's that come from? But Webber's gained 2 tenths in that final sector. So we really have to give it everything we've got now. With fuel mix free. We don't want to run out of fuel. We brake late. We get a beautiful line into the hairpin. We're going to get slipstream as well. Webber's pulled away though. We're going to try and catch up to him on this straight. Now, we've got a good battle going on behind as well between Vettel and Grosjean for 3rd place. But drop it to standard. Try and not run out of fuel. We're coming into the hairpin. We get locked up. We go wide. And looks like Webber's going to put a bit of time on us in this 1st sector, it looks like. Yep, he's gained a 10th on us. So we have to really give it the beans in this middle sector. We're strong in this sector, as we were 8 tenths on the last lap. So what are we going to be on this one? We do not know. Take beautifully through the right left hand chicane, a bit wide there, as our tyres are really worn here at this stage. But this is the 2 corners we are very strong in 3rd gear. Brilliantly done there. We are closing the gap ever so slightly. 6 tenths of the gap to Webber with 2 corners remaining on the Indian Grand Prix. We get a brilliant exit out of that final corner. We brake a bit early. Webber looks like he's made a mistake. We are really pushing now. And are we going to make a late lunge round the outside of him? We brake a bit late. Webber goes a bit wide. We're going to take the inside there. Webber's gone wide. We're coming out the final corner. It's a drag race now for the win. And we take the victory. Wow. That was exciting end to that race. We've had spins, we've had lockups, we went wide, lost the lead. But we take the victory. And for us, Hamilton finished in 7th place. Which means we have taken 19 points off him in the Drivers' Championship. We've got an achievement from the front. I think we got that from pole to finish. It's our first pole to flag finish of the season. But wow, 4 tenths was the gap at the end between us and Mark Webber. Vettel finished over in 3rd, but Grosjean in 4th. Alonso was 5th, Button 6th. As I've said, Hamilton in 7th place. Perez in 8th, Michael Schumacher in 9th, and Kurumi Kobayashi finishing the top 10. Bit disappointing for Paul di Resta to be outside the top 10. He finished in 11th, and Nico Rosberg finished in 12th. And we did get the fastest lap in that race. So it's our first fastest lap of the season for a race. So that's really good to see for us. And it's another win for us, guys. I'm very happy with that, and it helps us in the championship. As I've said, 19 points is the gap now between us and Lewis Hamilton. Jenson Button's still in the hunt though, 44 points there. But I believe Alonso is now out of the running. He needs to win every race and for us to retire, and Hamilton as well to retire as well, and Button to it as well. So theoretically, it's technically a 3-horse race, but I do think it's just between me and Hamilton for the fight. Vettel's beating Webber in the battle at Red Bull. Grosjean's beating Kimi Raikkonen as well, and Rosberg is beating Michael Schumacher. Constructors, I think McLaren are going to wrap it up in Abu Dhabi, but the battle for second is heating up between us, Red Bull and Ferrari. 12 points separates us and Ferrari in 4th place, so it's going to be really hotting up in the battle for second place in the Constructors' Championship, as Lotus are in 5th and Mercedes are 6th. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Career Mode series. Next time, we're at the Abu Dhabi circuit for a very exciting last 3 races of the season. I hope you do come and enjoy it. As always, like and favourite the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, guys, wherever in the world, have a great day, and I shall see you then. Take care.